Okay, everyone, here's Saeed. I know a lot of people are here for Saeed. I don't blame you. Saeed, I'm making you the presenter right now. Looking forward to our conversation today, my trading warrior brother. Hello, Trader 1SC. Waiting to, maybe I have to unmute you. Let's see.
Can you see my screen?
No, we got your screen. Got your screen and hear you. How are you, buddy? Had you. We had your screen too. There we go.
I'm all good, thank you. How are you?
Good. Great to have you back, Saeed. And I just want to congratulate you. Last time you were on, you were very constructive S&Ps.
I think
there was that little jiggle, but it was a melt up.
1 second. My audio's missed. I can't hear you.
Okay.
How
about now?
Oh, no, that's better. That's my volume. I had it on YouTube for some reason.
Oh, okay. Don't mute me. I have to ask you questions, but okay. I was acknowledging your bullish view on the S&Ps before the melt up that we had from in March to recent highs. So, great call on being constructive. The market. There were a lot of bears like me thinking, it was close to over. So nice call. So
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know. Yeah. Broken clock. So, what's on the radar here, buddy? You go wherever you have conviction.
Okay. So it's been one of those weeks where last week and this week's where it's been easy. I've had swing trade ideas, but they've ended up being day trades, and I had to cut them short, and it's not been the easiest time in the market for me personally. But there's a few that are standing out to me, and again, one is the S&P. So I'll start with this. So let me just get that pen tool you've got here. Yep. So what I'm looking at is oh shit, how do I get rid of this? I shouldn't have got it. 1 second. So if we look right, so on a monthly basis, okay.
Yeah.
The month is looking pretty bearish, okay.
Yeah.
It is looking pretty bearish. So, but it is at the key support as well. So what do I do from here? So sometimes if I look at a month, I got a clear bias, okay, in the sense where I got a clear target to reach for. In this case, I don't have a clear target to reach for. So I say to myself, okay, let me go down to another time frame to see if it makes it easier. So on the weekly, you can see this is what stands out to me, this high here. Okay, so this is the high that stands out to me. And then when we made a clean break above it, we found support there. So and then when we made a clean break below it, okay, big sell-off. Again, what happened again? Clean break above in the weekly, hold a support there. So naturally, if he's going to follow this pattern where, okay, we also took that all-time high as well. So if it's going to make a break below here, it's bearish. But I'm not convinced yet, because I believe the two levels we're keenly trapped within. It's going to be this blue level and this black line.
All right, would you sell a rally back up to the blue line and probe it, or you're going to wait for confirmation for it to be rejected from there and then take out this candle?
Okay, for me to have full confidence and put full risk behind the trade, either it makes a clean break below this black line, or this blue line. This area is, for now, I'm still considering as a range bound environment until proven otherwise. So what I'm going to do then is go back to whenever I use GoToMeeting, right, it's so much easier with the do you know how to delete this? I'm not trying to delete these arrows. Can you guys see these?
Yeah, we see everything. What are you trying to get rid of?
Yeah, I'm trying to get rid of them, but I don't have an eraser tool.
That's all right. It looks like when you have a child, you'll see artwork like this.
Okay. There we go.
Are you married?
Come on.
Oh, you are. You're married to the markets.
Yes, that's
all right. All right, that's a tough mistress, buddy. Go ahead.
Let's carry on. So on the daily, things are more clearer, and this is where I'm getting from here I'm getting actually a short-term bullish bias. This is short-term anyway. It's got more to go for confirmation, but that was the high that caused that low. So I said, okay, what proves it further that this level is pivotal? There's the resistance, break above it, deviates a bit below it. As soon as it closes back above it, it shoots up. So I know this is a key pivotal level. We're back there again. When it comes here, I'm going to be looking for bullish patterns or entries. So in this case, what I was looking at is
getting it today.
Exactly. So what happened was,
yeah, go ahead.
What happened was I took a long initially, not yesterday, the day before, and it pushed up nicely and it closed like 2/3 there. So is this a lower high? A higher low, sorry. So it's still yet to confirm. But what is pivotal for me right now is to get back within last week's range. So last week's low was Friday's low. So we broke below Friday's low. That's fine. We got back above it. So any deviation below Friday's low now or last week's low, let me just make sure I'm correct. Yep. I want it to be short-lived. Okay. So as long as this low holds, I'm still bullish. Now, how do I confirm? Okay.
Back over that.
Or increase the probability? Well, basically, if it gets back above, so for example, say if this is the consolidation that took it below here, so if we get a move below, back above here, then I believe that we probably have the low of the day in, and based on the higher time frame, we probably have a higher low as well. So lower time frame for a tighter stop, and then like that, I'd be probably going for back to that blue line, because I've got to be realistic. I'm not going to aim for the moon unless it clearly breaks that blue line. If it does clear that blue line, then that maybe that short-term day trade can evolve into a swing trade.
A move to 3,000. Let me ask you this, Saeed, and I've seen your levels are excellent. Do you teach at all? Do you pay it forward and teach people? Because, you know, it's one thing to see you and your levels. How would you advise people to find them on their own?
It's just practice. So what I do usually with my group is I trade live with them, and they watch me trade live. And I think I don't treat directly, oh, this is a curriculum, this, that. I don't think that works. That didn't work for me when I was doing it. But what I do is show it live in real time. So as I'm trading, okay, I'm watching this just like I'm doing now. I've got that level, I've got that level. And imagine this is an example of how I trade live with the guys. Is I said, okay, if this happens, then I do this, and I've already explained we got this level there, why is that important, why is that important, and then I go back historically. There's a reason behind it, because this is how prices behaved around it.
So they're just going to have to do the work and look to their left and find key levels and then see what works and learn over time with practice and experience, screen time mainly, of identifying pivot points like you do.
Yeah, I mean that's what worked for me personally. So if I go over something with someone, I just do it on the basis of what works for me, and this I found most effective. I mean, there's loads of like courses out there, read it, but I think it's different putting into real-time practice.
I love the simplicity of your method. It's powerful. You know, simple doesn't mean that it's not powerful. So, are these things you learned from Michael, or have you tweaked them and developed your own style?
I've learned from Michael, I've learned from Chris Lowry, I've learned from WMD, and just, I've Tom Dante, Steve Paraker. So I've brought all of them together.
How about that Pinkert guy?
He's next on my list, so he's icing on the cake.
All right, buddy.
So another thing I like about this is, okay, if I'm looking at a level, right, I want to see, has it been responsive before? So if I look at this right now, that's been the high of the week for the SPX. That is the low of the week. If I draw a line across there, so get rid of this, just to see, so it's not just, oh, it's this, it's that. It's got to, has market, how's market behavior around it previously? Now, this just so happens to be midpoint for the week, okay, 50% there. It's close enough to Friday's low. Now, Friday's low wicked it. I mean, I know it's a 30-minute chart, but you can see the price behavior there, some big reaction there. Now, honing in on price action. See this there? Spikes it, pushes back up. As soon as it makes a clean break, it pushes lower. Resistance there. As soon as it makes a clean break, higher. Again, same here. So I know this would stand out to me intra-week. Why? First and foremost, for now, it's the midpoint intra-week. It's the mean level that keeps returning to. If you look at it, there.
28, 29.
So every time it deviates away from it, so what I try to do, I build a picture for myself. So okay, I've identified that this is the mid level. At the same time, from what I've explained from the higher time frame perspective, or on the daily anyway, that we're at that daily level as well. So then you can bring in the simple chart patterns and even moving averages. Okay, we're getting low, and then is this a high low? Who knows? But from what I've just explained so far, if every time we get back above the mid range, that tells us that okay, we're pushing higher. So at this point, where would be the next objective? Here, still aiming for that. But at the same time, we're carving out a higher low. So I bring in the higher time frame and then try to bring in a lower time frame entry with it. So with this, instead of a day trade and having my risk there and short-term targets, because of the higher time frame suggesting to me higher prices, I can run that level up. And as long as we stay above the mid-range, then the longs are good. As if it makes a clean break below the mid-range, I cut the position.
Beautiful.
And then wait for the next setup. Or I can still hold it if I still got a high time frame bias here. But if I'm micromanaging it, or like, if I'm able to sit at the desk, yeah, I'm happy to cut the position. Wait till the odds increase in my favor. When do the odds increase? If it's above the mid range.
All right, so that's a great segue. A great segue. After you have a position and you've gone to lower time frames to pinpoint and have a more precise entry, do you manage your positions from a higher time frame so you're not paying attention to all the wiggles? Because it's great to make a great call, it's great to make a great trade, but the toughest thing is to have a great hold. So how do you do that?
See, there's no easy way of doing it. I mean, so what I tend to do, I have if I'm confident it's gonna be a big swing trade, I have a swing account and I don't touch it. If it hits, unless I get a clear invalidation level in the sense where I can trade my stop or something big fundamentally comes out where it's obvious it's gonna crash, I'll interfere with it. But other than that, I'll leave it alone. I'll let it do its thing, and in the long run, it works. But short-term trading, I'm always messing about with that. Managing it. I'm always managing that. So that's SPX. Or another one is dollar yen, and why I'm still bullish the dollar yen, but it's at a point where I may have to switch things around. So if I go to dollar yen, where's my dollar yen gone?
I was thinking about 108.20. Let's see if you have anything around there.
For me, if it's gonna be the low's gonna be in now, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Yes, for me. Otherwise, if it breaks this thick black level here I've got, then it's game over, in my opinion. Well, then it goes lower. But the reason why I say that is similar thing again. And what I like about this is it's lining up similar with the S&P. But if I look, we got that level there, that high there. I can break it down deeper, but 1 second. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So we got that level there, that high. Comes above it. Okay, normally we expect traditional support and resistance. What does it teach us? It tells us that if you got level there, resistance should become support perfectly. It doesn't always work like that.
No, it doesn't.
It does. I mean, you're lucky for it.
Mr. Market is mean.
So what I see in this is the way I'm interpreting it is okay. It doesn't quite touch it there, but okay, close enough. It deviates it there. Every time I get a deviation and then it snaps back above that level, that's a strong sign. Okay, rejection. So it's nothing new there. Now look what it's done. It's come right back down to that level. Now in this case, we've got two levels I'm watching. One, that main level, and then one, this level here. Now the clear-cut play for me would be, okay, wait for a daily close back above that. As soon as it does a daily close back above it, just like this daily candle did, then it should be ready to expand. That's one way. If I'm short-term trading and looking for a bottom, I'm going to get in before that, because
does the gap mean anything to you that we left last week?
I mean, gaps can be filled in later on. I mean, I think everybody thinks they're going to be filling straight away, but we've got gaps in Europe.
Sometimes they're not. Yeah, until you're broke.
Yeah, so market will fill in gaps whenever it wants to. I mean, when I first started, I used to think always things can get filled in straight away. Now, I mean, I don't even think twice about it. I mean, you'll fill it in when it's ready.
Yeah, there's different kind of gaps. There's breakaway gaps, which means the market's breaking away, which, if we take out your support level, that's what that gap is going to turn into. Yeah,
absolutely. So in this case, okay, there's a gap there, but it doesn't necessarily have to fill it. So I've got a clear level here now. So why am I long? So I'm already long this, and I've got my stop loss there. So I've gotten more aggressive because that's when I believe I'm wrong. And if it breaks this and it makes a daily close below here, then that means any retest back there, I'm probably looking for shorts to take out these and take out these. So for me, it's a make or break. So on the lower time frame, now, if I go in, why did I take the long? I took the long yesterday. I thought we were going to get a run yesterday. The reason why behind that was because if I look at the midpoint of yesterday's range, we came right there and then we pushed up. So I took a long around here or here, I can't remember. But I know I'm completely wrong there. So I thought just in case he runs without me, that's the plan. But as long as my stop still holds, I think it's a valid long. So if I was to wait and say if I wasn't in this again, how would I get on board this? Well, I'll do the same thing I did with the S&P from high of the week to the low of the week. That's that mid-range, and it's acting as a pivotal level. When it came there, it consolidated, pushed up, support, breakdown, resistance. Again, I use them both together as confluence. I don't often take them both at the same time. But if this was to do this,
midpoint of the week, midpoint of the month, midpoint of the day, very important in your work.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be a midpoint. I mean, I get a midpoint, but then sometimes you get a deviation of a bit. So I look at a pivotal level. Where is it? If I go to a level above it, what's the reaction above it? What's the reaction below it? Clearly, you can see as soon as it cleared that consolidation, big reaction. Support, clean break below it, sell off. So if it does do that, that would be my confirmation that it gets back above the midpoint. And it's proven historically that if I look at price, is a key pivotal area. So this would be more of a confirmation for me, and then at that point my risk would be there. That's why I was already in the position. So if I do get stopped out now, if this unfolds like this, I've got a clear plan to re-enter the market. Then I know where the targets are. Nice stops resting there and a gap fill.
Beautiful. Okay.
That's if that happens. But yeah, probably get stopped out by this session. So yeah, that's that. Is there any other pairs? I mean, this week you want me to go through? I mean, I've only been focused on S&P and dollar yen really.
Okay, that's fine. Any view on what's happening in oil? Maybe one more. I'd go with what's happening with WTI here.
Okay, oil. I am bullish oil. But I just don't like the price action. So I use the similar concept here again. So last week I was long oil and it hit my target.
Yeah.
There. So same thing again. So if we look on the higher time frame, okay. If I look at this chart, okay, if I look at this, right, yeah, it's coming to key support here, which is obviously this consolidation that pushed the market up. Okay, that's fine. We've had that initial reaction last week, so that was low of last week, and then it rallied up. Okay, so we've been trading within this leg. It's just been consolidated. It's been such a mess. So the clear cut play. So for me, I have a clear plan. Okay, if I want to long this and don't want to bother with this, how would I get on board? Well, this level is key pivotal here. Why? It's proven because it deviated there. If it was to make a clean smash above that and hold above that, so then my higher time frame bias lines up where it's come to the higher time frame level. It's starting to break up consolidation, breakout, typical. So at that point, I think it's ready to push up. Okay. Now, short term, what do I do with this? Again, what I'll do is I'll go down to the lower time frame and I'll do the same thing. So yeah, last week I posted a chart and that was low of the week and that was the high. Well, that was the range we were capped within. And look at the midpoint was very pivotal.
Yeah.
So again, I'm not comfortable with these lows here, but for me, short term, as long as this low holds, we should be okay. The only other reason I'll be okay with it is if it swing fails and then rejects. But I think oil is bullish, but I just don't want. I tried to get on board yesterday, so I got on board yesterday again. I'm probably going to wait for a clean breakout of this range before I step in. And if this is a clean breakout, then it's going to be really nice. And the reason why
that clean breakout, you think you're going? Where do you think we could go to? Like new highs, like 68 or something?
I'm going for 68, 80. I think these highs here. I think I've got 68, 80. And if you look, I mean, each market for me, I mean, has certain nuances. Oil is really great for breakout trading. I mean, I'll just show you an example of what I mean by that. And just on the daily chart, so I mean, this is my swing account. This is all I do for oil. So if we look right now, so we've got a range here.
Right.
A range there. Daily close above. I mean, it's not drawn, it trends. Again, consolidation. Daily close above, it trends. You look back historically and you just look at that simple pattern. Anytime has a range and there's a daily close, and especially if you're in sync with it, it just goes. So I have a daily strategy where I just enter on the close of that, stop loss there and let it ride. And it's just works here, I know it's a trending market, so the condition has to be trending for it, obviously. But if you identify as a trending market, it works really nicely with oil. But yeah, that's one of my little oil strategies.
All right. Well, Saeed, you gave us a lot of pearls, enough to string a necklace in 20 minutes. So record time with great content, and thank you for edifying our community. Unless you want to go somewhere else, a great job is what I'm saying in record time. You have the new record in giving us the most amount of trading ideas in the shortest amount of time.
I think anyone watching the replay probably has to play it like slow play, half the speed. Do you understand me?
Yeah. Anyway, I'm so glad we met on Twitter and that you've become a regular now on F.A.C E. I
been
really
a few times, haven't I?
Yeah, I respect your work, Saeed, and
I appreciate that.
Proud to call you my trading warrior brother. So the best way for people to follow you and watch you trade would be how?
I mean, if you don't mind the foul language, then my Twitter trader one is it. That's about it, really.
Yeah, so the best way is through Twitter at your handle.
That's it. Yeah, okay. That's it.
All right. Well, Saeed, I hope pips rain down on you the rest of the week and going forward, and look forward to having you back sometime this summer. Okay, buddy?
Thank you very much for having me. Have a great day.
All right. Everyone, that's Saeed Zaman at Trader 1 SC. That's a wrap for today. Good hunting, and remember, don't just count your pips, count your blessings. You're welcome, Hammett. You're welcome, Jeff, Chad. Thank you, Blake and Stell and Steve. I think we put on a good shoe today. So shoe is how Ed Sullivan used to pronounce it. We're going to have a really good shoe. I am, Jeff, and you're one of them, bro. All right, everyone. Good hunting. Go join. You're welcome, Teresa. Go join Blake and the guys in the chat room, and see everyone tomorrow. Investing.com Thursday. Adios.